Okay, so our fact of the day is 5 times 8 equals 40. So today I'd quite like you to do some facts and fibs. So just in your book, facts and fibs, and then on our Zoom later we will test people to see if they can work out which are true and which are false.
Hello Year 3, this is your Wednesday maths lesson, and for a change it's Mrs Joshi today. We're using something in maths today called scaling. Scaling just means that something grows to a scale. It gets a certain amount of times bigger or smaller. And it's something we often see on maps. They're drawn to scale. I'm sure Mrs Davies has probably talked to you about using scale on maps where just 1 little centimetre can show a distance of a whole kilometre on a map, or sometimes more. So scaling just means every part of something grows by the same amount. So we've got some maths problems today which involve scaling, which, as you will find out, is to do with multiplication. So we've got a problem here, and it's all to do with snakes today. We've got this problem here. Maybe you can read alongside me what it says if you can see it. It says, Petula the python is 8 metres long. Myrtle, her mother, is twice as long. How long is Myrtle? Now, this might be something you could do in your head very quickly, some of you, but I'm just going to show you what scaling is. So I've got this equipment called Cuisenaire here, which is lovely stuff. And if I put it on my squared maths paper, it's brilliant because the different coloured blocks are a certain number of centimetres long. So a tan coloured Cuisenaire block is 8 squares long. So this block is showing you Petula the python, because I'm pretending that each one of these squares is a metre. So there's my snake, 8 metres long, Petula the python. So if Myrtle, her mother, is twice as long, that means Myrtle is 2 times as big. So you can see that Myrtle is twice as big as Petula. So we need to find out how long Myrtle is. Now, if you wanted to, you could do exactly this. You could just draw with a ruler some coloured lines in your book to represent snakes, and then you could count the squares. So I could count along here. But I can also use the grid method to show this calculation. So each block of snake is 8. Petula was just 1 block, but Myrtle is 2 times 8. So we know that 2 times 8 and 8 times 2 are the same thing. You don't have to draw all this, but you can if you want. Whatever gets you to the right answer, Year 3, is fine. So here we are, I'm drawing 8 blocks of 2. Most of you will be able to tell me that 8 times 2 or 2 times 8 is actually 16. Without drawing splodges, you could just know that the answer is 16. Because we're talking about measurement, it's very important that we put M for metres on the end. So I think this is quite a nice way to set your work out. I know you don't have the Cuisenaire, but you could draw some lines using a ruler to show the problem. So your first snake, actually if I put the ruler in the right place and do this very carefully, I know Mrs Davies has showed you how to use a ruler. That's Petula, who's 8 centimetres long. And here comes Myrtle, 8 twice, times 2, so I need another 8. Got to count carefully, so I need to stop there, and that is 16. In this case it's centimetres on my book, but really we're talking about a square being a metre long. So the answer is 16 metres. So that was Petula, and this was Myrtle. And these are the problems we're thinking about. Don't copy this problem down because I'm just demonstrating. You're going to have your own problems to do in a minute. So I'm just going to show you a couple more just to get your confidence going. So I'll move my piece of paper and we'll have a look at the next problem. Garth the baby grass snake, is 6 centimetres long. His Uncle Gerald is 4 times as long as Garth. How long is Gerald? That's a bit harder because we're looking at groups of 6. So here's some Cuisenaire. Now this time the green coloured Cuisenaire is worth 6. So this is Garth, the baby grass snake. I'm going to use my ruler and draw Garth here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 centimetres long. This time it's changed from metres to centimetres. His Uncle Gerald is 4 times as long. So there's Garth. Let's get Gerald out. So I need 4 times as big. It's almost going off my page. So the problem we're doing is 4 groups of 6 or 6 groups of 4. Now in year 3, you're meant to learn your 4 times table. You could draw 6 groups of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I know they look like 10s, but I'm just showing you quickly. We can count in 4s. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24. It's our 4 times table. Because 4 times 6 and 6 times 4 are the same thing. We could look at it as groups of 6 as well. If you know your 6 times table, even better. 6, 12, 18, 24. 4 times 6 is 24. I must write the units. So for Petula and Myrtle, it was metres. For Garth and his Uncle Gerald, it's centimetres. So this is just kind of showing you different ways of thinking about scaling. So I knew the answer was 24. So I could just draw a line that's 24 centimetres long. It's very clever that maths books in factories are made with the squares exactly a centimetre long. You can see that they are. So this is Garth, the snake, and Uncle Gerald is 4 times bigger at 24 centimetres long.
Okay, everyone, sorry about that. Mrs. Joshua went slightly off the screen there. So just to make it really clear, so this is Garth, the baby grass snake, and Gerald, his uncle, is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4 times as long. So this part is the same, but he is 1, 2, 3, 4 times as long. So Garth is 6 centimetres and Gerald is 24 centimetres. Hope that makes it a little bit clearer.
Last one. I'll just push the book up a little bit so you can see. Wiggly the worm is 3 centimetres long. Here's Wiggly. Wanda, his sister, is 5 times as long as Wiggly. How long is Wanda? So here comes Wanda. Gosh, she's a lot bigger, 5 times bigger. Here we are. 5 times bigger. So I know you haven't got the Cuisenaire to do this, but you can see the sort of thinking that we're doing. So Wiggly is 3 and Wanda is 5 groups of 3, 5 times 3. So I'm not going to draw the ruler lines this time. I'm just going to show you. Put my multiplication sign in. 5 is the length, sorry, no, that's wrong. 3 is the length of the snake, and we've got 5 of them. So it's 5 times 3. If you make a mistake and get it round the other way, it's not a biggie, you'll get the right answer. So this is meant to be the digit 3. 5 lots of 3 is the same as 3 lots of 5. I'll prove it to you actually, because I know that the yellow Cuisenaire is worth 5. So let me prove something to you while I'm demonstrating. Just to prove that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 groups of 3 is the same as 1, 2, 3, 3 groups of 5. If you know your 5 times table, which you really must do by the end of year 2, then 5 times 3 or 3 times 5 is 15 without doing any counting or drawing dots whatsoever. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. What are our units of measurement? centimetres. So let's put cm for centimetres, and that was Wanda.
Thanks very much, Mrs. Joshi. So what we would like you to do now is you have got 6 questions here and we'd like you to have a go at answering those in your books. I'm afraid you don't have a copy of this in your pack. I'm going to try and email it out to you during the week, okay? But if not, just pause the video here, answer the questions. You don't have to write out the question, you can just put the working out and the answer. Now remember, you can do this however you like. You can use a ruler to measure, you can use a grid method, you can draw it out, totally up to you. So this is the slightly easier set of questions. And then these are the slightly harder set of questions. I think most of you could have a good go at this one now. Brilliant. Okay then everyone, see you on Zoom later. If you're stuck, please come along to our morning drop-in and I will help you. See you soon.